You know what,
yourself.
Fake Freak?
You do it
Stop
all.
doing exposures, love.
So she gets to talk across me, does she? She gets to talk across
Angie,
me
stop
constantly
now.
all the way through
Angie, he wasn't in the box with you. He wasn't. That's fair. Fair is fair. Angie, you got to get out. He weren't in the box with you, so he can have his say, and then you can come back and argue in a minute. Go on, Fact Street.
This woman, I have huge issues with somebody like her taking the moral high ground when there are screen recorders of her calling Pearl Price a paedophile, when there is the no contact coach. You're not a bloody professional interviewer. You're some woman sitting in a box room in your mother's house trying to get drama and rage bait. You wouldn't let anybody challenge that person. And in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, somebody convicted of sleeping with a child doesn't deserve the right to tell their story. You've called multiple people predators. You've told people to call people social services. You said Charlie Ferry gets his devices checked every 2 weeks. You've now said things about me and devices. You've done all sorts of things. And then you sit there and go, people shouldn't be saying these things about other people. You do it every day about people, every fucking day. And the next deep dive will be a highlight reel of all the shit you've said like that, because you have selective memory, and it's probably the Merlot that does it.
To be fair, Charlie did say he got his own devices. Now let Angie back. Are you said you're saying now? Let Angie reply, and then I'm going to do.
No, can we kick him out though, Luke? Can we kick him out? Because you kicked me out.
Excuse me. I kicked him out when you were talking, and I kicked you out. So that's fair. Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
Okay. Right, I didn't want to talk about Pearl. He brought up Pearl. As you know, Pearl put me on. They did put me on Jimmy Savile. Right, you called me a pedlo. I can show you the video now of Pearl calling me it. She's called me it for months. Right, saying that I'm part of PLM. Someone asked her, "What does PLM mean?" That pedlos' lives matter. She said, "I'm a pedlo." Okay, and I turned around after months of her calling me it. Months. I've got the videos, love. Right, I turned around and said, "Well, maybe you're the pedlo," and that was edited. It was edited where it said you're the pedlo, where I've got the video of saying maybe you're the pedlo then. That is why I said, why do you keep calling me it? That's exactly what happened with Pearl. Fact Freak, this is why you shouldn't do exposures, because you're running with no evidence. I've got evidence all on my phone, love, right? That I've got them putting me on Jimmy Savile. You're putting me on Jimmy Savile, you call me a pedlo, because he's a pedlo. Okay, they're no coach. I've told you why I put her in the box. None of your business. I'll platform her. I want a platform. None of your business. But you want to run with the narrative once again, Fact Freak, and now basically incite that I'm some kind of wrongin', because that's what you're inciting, just like this guy. Now, let's not talk about your past now, I Fact Freak, because I can be here and I can talk about your past, about your website that you were on, but I'm not going to do that.
Angie, we don't want to go. Angie, we don't. I want to stick to the subject of what we're talking about. I don't want this.
Oh, he's one-sided.
No, it's
he's
not
one-sided. She called me a pedlo. Are we forgetting that? Are we forgetting what she called me for months? 6 months she called me it, saying that I'm Jimmy Savile. I'm Jimmy Savile. I've got the videos, Luke, saying, "Oh, here comes Jimmy Savile." Yeah, and then turned around and said I'm part of PLM. Called me a pedlo.
Angie, can I ask why we've?
And because I said it once to her in retaliation. Oh my God! What do I have to go to the police about this and let the police decide? Because I'm telling you, she would be arrested if I did.
That's up to you, but why have we gone off the subject of this bloke onto Pearl? And this is what I hate about TikTok, because we start bringing up everybody's past. You start bringing... Facts Freak brings your past up. You bring his past up. I don't want it. Right, Angie?
Look, I don't think he should be saying he's a red flag. It's with the police. Live with the police. He's trying to incite hatred on this man that could unalive himself.
If he has sinned... Right, Angie, let's me and you talk now.
If he's seen evidence, but he's seen evidence that I have this woman on my platform without even asking me why. Not once did he ask me, Angie, can I ask you why did you have that woman on my platform? I would have told him.
I'm asking you a question now. I want to ask you a question, right? So... Facts Freak is saying, that he's seen that this guy is a red flag, and he's saying that he does follow kids. If you saw that with your own eyes, would you change your opinion?
This guy, if I saw it with my own eyes?
Yes.
Well, it would depend how many people there are he's following, yes.
Right, thank you. I just wanted that.
But like I said, when I first came on TikTok, I used to follow everyone that followed me back. You know, I don't know how long he's been on here. Was he just following everyone that followed him? Have people changed their profile? You know, because he is being set up. You could tell by that video, that edited video.
And that is the one thing I do actually agree with you on, that with that video, because I haven't seen anything, I do agree with you on that somebody obviously is out to set him up, and that's a red flag to me, that somebody's out to set him up, because if he's that much of a wrong-un, then the evidence will be there anyway. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right, listen, I've got to let Facts Freak...
Let me ask you one thing, though. Let me ask you
Fact
Freak one question. What's age play? That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say, Fact Freak, yeah?
No,
now, piss off,
Angie...
Get your devices checked.
No,
that's a...
no one's... No...
I'll address that because it's fucking hilarious. So there's a woman called Lisa Simone from Wales and Port Talbot. She was outed for being a stalker and everything like that. She took an image off Google of a man in a nappy and uploaded it to Comment Calf. Then commented afterwards saying, ha ha, I knew it wasn't Fact Freak, but that should stir the shit. So would that be another case of Angie running without facts? I mean, it was only the other day when somebody was talking about Lynn's and partner or something like that, and of course they found information on this other person who was a convicted SO. Angie called him a peddler first before realising what he'd actually done. With this woman, she does not have the moral high ground on anything as far as I'm concerned. As for PLM, there is video after video after video after video of Angie in the boxes with PLM, talking to Purple Aki, doing all this stuff. They're all over the place. You can't deny what's in black and white. She's a horrible woman. She's vile. And in her own words there, if she had seen that, what I have seen, and that's only one thing that I've said, you would think that's a red flag. That's a red flag. And there's a difference between predatory or concerning behaviour and calling somebody a pedo. Do you know what I mean? There's a big difference. There's a big difference. But, you know, I'm never going to get on with that bloody washed up mess. She's not going to like me, and that's fine. And at the end of the day, I wasn't happy about this clip, as obviously you'll see. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go. I don't really have anything else to say. It's just going to go round and round the houses in it, you know.
I love it, Facts Freak, because you get my views up, so I love it. So thank you very much for you and Angie for the clout. I appreciate it.
No, I couldn't have brought you any clout because Angie didn't know who I was, remember?
No, you have. You both brought me clout, and I don't care. So, literally, thank you both. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye, everybody. I literally don't give a shit. I like Angie. I like Facts Freak.
Luke!
What now?
Luke, since he's made another accusation with no evidence, right, about the PLM situation, when I first came on TikTok, a group came on my box, yeah, that were called PLM. Now, I did not know who they were. There's an edited that he's running with, because you're so stupid, Fact Freak, of me saying to Purple Wacky that I'm on in their Discord, which I don't even know how to use Discord. People can tell you that, right, on a fake account, because I had to get a hotel. I reported them to the police because they threatened me, my mother, and my dog. I had my dog at the time. Okay, I was getting threatened by them. I was getting trolled by them. Okay, and because of an edited profile, because the only way for me to get out of it was to pretend. Because he said to me, "You'll stop trolling me if I joined their server." So I made up that I joined it on a fake account. Okay, and that everybody knows that. This is where Fact Freak is once again running with no evidence. I've never been part of PLM. I had them in the boxes when I didn't even know who they were. Okay, they were threatening me, and if you knew me at that time, you would have seen them threatening me. You would have seen, and you are so dangerous because at that time I wanted to end my life. I wanted to take my life, you piece of fat cunt. And I'll tell you why.
Angie, no, do not let Angie back in the box. If anybody lets Angie back in the box, I'll be fuming. I don't want the fat shaming and I don't want the C word. You've said what you've got to say to each other. End of story now. Angie, I like you both. Don't make me fall out with you both. Enough now. We're moving on to another subject now. Right, thank you, Angie, for coming in. Thank you for Fact Freak, but I don't do that. Angie, I don't do that in my life. I don't do that shit. I apologise to anybody for the language. I don't do that shit in my life. I don't like it. We're not doing that. Thank you for coming in the box. Yeah. I don't do that shit in this live. Right, we're going to move on to a few clips, and then we're going to we're going to talk about the DG and EQ thing. That's it now, move on. We're going to do 1 minute